This is the bitter from a couple of weeks ago. Version 3 of the Clipper bitter that didn't quite turn out as I wanted. I pushed it up to nearly 5%, 4.9%. Just didn't quite. I missed the sweet spot. Let's say that. It smells pretty good. I haven't actually drunk it at all since like I made that video like 2 weeks ago, whatever it was. It smells pretty good. Still got that fruity note to it, but it's definitely, it smells more toasty and back to normal, so what it should be. So fingers crossed, let's go. I mean, don't judge me on the glass. I know it's a bitter and a lager glass. I literally grab the first glass to see when I come in here. I actually came in here, sat down to make a video, went to press play on the camera and realised I didn't actually have the camera. I was in the house. So kind of the head's dissipated a bit, but it's still there. Look at that. Okay. It's still a bit too fruity. What I want is that really lovely toasty malty flavour to come through, but it's got this kind of, the best way I can describe it is like a sweet apple flavour, which is overpowering it, which I think is coming from the yeast. I'm not sure. So I think we will do the version 4 of that, but we'll definitely get it down to like 4 to 4.5%. That is the sweet spot for bitters. I think the first version was 3.8%, so maybe it's 3.8 to 4.5. So yeah, not great. There's me talking last week. Oh, I'm so brilliant at brewing. I didn't actually say that. Like I was saying, oh, I'm on a good run, and the law of averages and all that nonsense. And yeah, I've completely forgot about this. This was actually in the fridge. So it's not bad. It's just not quite the level it needs to be for the other two, compared to the other two versions. I don't really have anything to talk about, to be fair. I'm not really sure why I'm sitting here doing this. I just feel obliged to put a video out on a Friday. This is actually a Thursday night. Now, I don't generally drink during the week. Although I was watching football last night, Europa League final, so I had a pint or two then. And I thought, well, you know, I've already drunk during the week, so I may as well, you know, you get into that kind of frame of mind. So I may as well just I'll start again next week, like. So, but I've actually been trying to finish the keg, the Citra Hazy IPA, last week's video. Still tastes really good. The hops are starting to fade on it though. Trying to get through it, because I was brewed again last weekend, and the whole point of that was, or not last weekend, the weekend before, the last brew prep video, and that was the lager. And the whole thing about that was to like do lagers, and I could keep them in the fridge, let them lager, and then I would not have to rush through trying to finish kegs and whatnot. Well, I got the head staggers after brew day, and I ended up, instead of using lager, I ended up doing one as a lager and one with Kveik, Oslo Kveik, that was sent to me by Woodbine Fandango. Thank you very much again. And I don't know why I did that, and it was because I had the kind of coconut porter keg still there, and I had to drink it, and I don't know, I just kind of, the heat, it was really warm. I mean, the heat's completely disappeared now, like, I'm gonna tell you. It's like back to the winter time. And I think I just got the head staggers, and I thought, in a moment of kind of lucidity, I was gonna say, but whatever the opposite of that is, that I would use that Kveik, because it's obviously brilliant in the summertime. You don't even have to put it in the fridge or heat it or anything. It can handle swings of temperatures. It's amazing. I mean, it still blows my mind that a yeast can do 40 degrees and it tastes really clean. And I've tasted it out of the trial jar, and it's super clean, that Oslo yeast. And it blows my mind. And I've been brewing wee Kveik on and off since 2017, and it just, I still can't quite get my head around how it can be so amazing at doing that. It's just, it's like, it goes against everything you've ever been taught. You've everything we have learnt. I'm going to say we. I'm going to bring you in on it. But you know what I mean? Like the whole thing with temperature control and all that, and then there's this new yeast. He says new yeast. Okay, obviously it's not new. It's like really ancient. But I don't know. Completely blows my mind. But so yeah, I've used the Kveik on that. Dry hopped it and all, so it's basically ready to be kegged. But I've got to drink now the Citra one. So I've done the coconut one. It was nice. The coconut really did start to feel toward the end. It wasn't quite as nice, to be fair. It had been on the go for however many weeks. So yeah, drink fresh if you're making that. I think we've learned. And so yeah, the Citra one. So I've been trying to drink that, but it's like 6.3%, and I'm just a lightweight, and I cannot handle 6.3% beers anymore, because I'm drinking bitters at like, 3.8% now. And I actually I was on it. I mean, it's one of those beers where you could drink like loads and loads. It's really good. It's really fantastic beer. But it's just too, if it was like 4.7%, you could probably drink a lot. But I think I had 5 pints last, was it Saturday night? It was either Friday or Saturday, I'm not sure which. No, it was Saturday actually, because I had the football on Friday night. I'll tell you about that actually. There's another thing that's come up. It's quite amusing to other people, to my wife in particular. But yeah, I had like 5 pints of it on the Saturday night, and I had 3 pints and I'm off my head like of that, and I had 5 pints, and I can remember I was being sick at one point, before I went to bed. In fact, I think I'd just gone to bed, and then suddenly it being dark, something happened. So there's like a switch went off in my brain. I think I need to go to the toilet and I'm gonna be sick. So I was sick. Hadn't eaten anything either, so anything like that. So it's not like that's coming up. So that was bonkers, because that doesn't normally happen. And the hangover the next day was just unbelievable. It was really hard. But I mean, I went for a 3-hour sleep in the afternoon. I couldn't sleep. My problem is when I drink. This is why I stopped drinking after midnight. Is because I wake up in the middle of the night. If I drink too much, I'll wake up in the middle of the night, and I'll either not be able to get back to sleep, or I'll keep waking up or something like that, and it'll be real broken sleep, and then I'll have a hangover on top, and that just leads to like depression and all, whatever happened at the start of the year. But yeah, that kind of happened again. I wasn't drinking after midnight, although I did actually drink after midnight on the Friday night, because I was like taking the little girl to football, and then so by the time I got home, it was like 9 or whatever time, and then I just like completely forgot myself, and I was out pouring a beer, and as I was walking out of here with a beer, I looked at the clock, and I was like, it's 12:30. What? So I mean, I drank it. I did drink it, and it was 6.3% as well too, and I had a bit of a hangover on the Saturday. So maybe that had something to do with the next day. So yeah, basically what we're saying there is that I can't handle high alcohol beers anymore unless I practice. So I've been getting lots of practice in. But it's a really nice beer. I'm definitely going to brew it again, I think, sooner rather than later, and we're going to hit 4.7%. 4.7, maybe 4.8%. I think will be spot on in that. If I can build the body, I think that will be worth it, definitely. So I'm trying to clear that keg. So the funny thing that happened then when I was at I say funny, like it's not funny at all. So when I was at the football, I was talking to, at the end of the match, I was basically talking to one of the fathers who lives up the road. I'm kind of sort of friendly with him. And his daughter and my daughter go in the same class. And at the end of the match, his daughter says to my daughter, "Who's that old man talking to my dad?" And then she realised who I was. She obviously knows me. And I swear to God, they couldn't get over quick enough to tell me that I was been called old. And they couldn't wait to get home and tell my missus that I was an old, and I'm now officially an old man. So there you are. So I told my wife that the next time she dyes her hair, I'm getting in on that. I'm gonna dye my hair too. And then I'm not telling to you, just come in, we'll do the video as normal, but I'll look like 20 years younger. Because I think that's the way it works, isn't it? Definitely. So, in terms of brews coming, okay, so I'm not brewing this weekend. I've got loads of stuff to do. Around the garden, around the house, painting the fence, painting the trellis out there, all that stuff. So although the weather's just turned to crap, as I say, so we'll have to see about that. But I'm not intending to brew this weekend. It'll be next weekend, and I'm wondering what to brew. So I want to brew another version of the Citra beer, but I might wait until it's closer time. My brother's coming over, so I'll maybe try and time it for whenever he's back. We'll do it then. But I also want to do, got Philly sour yeast, maybe some kind of fruit Berliner or something like that. So I don't know what to do. I know I've brewed with raspberries, as everyone does, blueberries I think was the last one I did. I'm just wondering, is there anything else in terms of Berliner I could use? Like maybe, will we go like mango or something like that, or some other fruit? It depends what I can get, like, to be fair, because, you know, this is not metropolitan London like we're talking about here, where you can get anything in the world. This is like Northern Ireland, where I've got to go 6 miles just to go to the world's worst Tesco. But the little is amazing. Anyway, never mind that. You don't need to know that. You don't even care about that. So yeah, happy homebrew Thursday, as it turns out, / Friday. Cheers. I shall see you next week, I think, with a video, because I've got one on Kveik that I'm going to do a review on this weekend, I think. So we will see how that goes. Haven't tasted it yet as well too, so I'm keeping my powder dry on that until time of record. So that will be interesting. Will it turn out as good as all the rest, or have I scudded myself by saying out loud how brilliant I am? I didn't say that. I don't think, did I? Right, okay. See you later.